Well, good Monday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your President's Day, February the 16th, 2026. Well, I hope folks enjoyed the great weather outside today. It was absolutely gorgeous, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures very, very nice for this time of year. And if you like above normal temperatures, I think you'll enjoy our forecast here for the rest of this week. Although we are going to have to deal with some clouds and there's a little bit of rain in the forecast as well, especially as we head toward Friday. And then we're still tracking a bit of a brief cold snap on the end of our 7-day forecast. Now, before we get into this full update, if you're new here to our YouTube channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Meteorologist Greg Majewski, and I'm on a mission to build a 24-hour weather channel for the communities here in North Georgia, and you can help. All you got to do is please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, very importantly, so you're alerted on our future weather updates, because if you don't do that, well, YouTube's not going to let you know that we've updated our forecast. All right, let's go ahead and get into this update here for today. Talk about a gorgeous afternoon. That's about as crystal blue of a sky as you can see here across North Georgia. Looking absolutely gorgeous there in Dahlonega. Same down toward Lake Lanier as well. Looking at abundant sunshine. Good day to do a little fishing out there. It's just a very light breeze. Looking very nice here across our area. Local radar remains quiet. I think it'll remain that way going into your Tuesday as well. Could see some changes, especially going into Thursday and Friday later this week. Although I'll be honest with you, the rainfall amounts aren't overly impressive at this point. Looking at the satellite picture, we're looking at a lot of clear skies here across the south, confluence of high pressure. See some of these high clouds kind of woofing off in here. Could sneak in here going in for tonight, but generally mostly clear skies here for tonight. Looking at your regional perspective, again, temperatures very nice. Looking at Rome already checking at 68 degrees. A lot of 60s across the area, and we're all going to be tracking some 70s as well as we go into later in this work week. Now, let's go and look at our first model run here. We're going to be looking at the North American model. This is a 12Z run. We're going to take us through for the next 84 hours. And the model is being a little aggressive with some of the moisture. Very light greens. That's basically telling me there's some mid-level moisture there, but nothing of any real significance. Okay, we got a fairly flat and zonal flow across the country, so no big storm systems coming at us. I don't even have a chance to rain the forecast for Wednesday. Maybe it's going to be mostly cloudy for sure, but no real rains showing up in there. I do have a slight chance going into Thursday. Notice we got a darker green there across North Georgia going into Thursday, so maybe that's a better chance, but it looks like the main rain threat I'm tracking with the system is going into Friday and Saturday, and then that's when after that we should see things dry out going into Sunday and Monday on the tail end of my 7-day forecast. Now, as far as rainfall amounts over this period, generally not seeing all that much in this area. I mean, maybe a quarter inch here overall, but I think it's going to be very spotty, to say the least, here as we go for the next 84 hours going into your Thursday morning. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast maps. Again, this is from our friends from the National Weather Service here as we kind of track what's going on here. Watch that little timestamp there as it highlights the days of the week as we go into your Tuesday. Again, looking very nice. We've got high pressure anchored here across the southeast, looking very nice indeed, although we could see a few more clouds, I think, on Tuesday when we saw on your Monday when everything was pretty much spotless out there. And then as we go into your Wednesday, we'll bring in a few more clouds in here, and at Thursday, maybe a slight chance of a shower late in the day. Friday's probably your better chance for rain as that front gets closer toward us. And then going into your Saturday, that front's going to be sitting right across North Georgia. So we'll continue that rain chance into Friday and Saturday. And then I think on Sunday we clear on out, although the Weather Service is still lighting up a little green here on Sunday. I think it's a little overdone. And I think by Monday we definitely clear on out. The only thing that's going to be we're going to be tracking is how cold is this air mass. That's some pretty good isobars in there that tells us the lines of equal pressure are packed. So we're going to have some wind in here. And that's a pretty decent high, 1040 high. That's a pretty strong high pressure system coming on down. So the one thing we'll be tracking to see just how cold we're going to get as we go into Sunday and Monday of next week. So here we go with our next day forecast here. Again, looking very nice. Keep in mind, normal high in Gainesville, for example, is supposed to be 55. So we're in the mid 60s still, and overnight lows in the low 40s, and generally mixed 30s in the mountains and to the east, and then most other areas in the low 40s. So it'll be a jacket morning. Watch out for some patchy fog. Once again, we had some this morning. I suspect we may have a few isolated areas of patchy fog around again for tomorrow morning as well. Daytime highs, 60s up in the mountains, maybe a few 70s. How about Rome? 71 there, and Cedartown at 70, but most everybody in the 60s once again here for your Tuesday. Regionally, all across the southeast, go ahead and pick a location. Everybody's pretty much above normal as well. 70 in Columbus, 68 in Nashville, 72 in Jackson, 71 in Jacksonville, 68 in Columbia, and 64 over in Charlotte. Next 7 days, again, look at that. We're shooting into the 70s. 70s. Yeah, we're going for the 70s for Thursday and Friday. Rain chances do come up a little bit again, but not overly impressed with what I'm seeing as far as rainfall totals for Friday and Saturday. And then we cool off. So the question mark for Sunday and Monday is going to be the depth of the cold air and how cold do we get. So I did kind of take a kind of a mix between the GFS and the European model for Monday. Didn't go too terribly cold, but I will tell you that the GFS model was a little colder than that. But I'm going 48-29, so we might see some freezing temperatures once again. Yeah, definitely not. I know we're mild, but definitely not in the season to start planting yet. That's not until we get past, let's say, the middle of March before you can start doing that. So anyway, a little bit of a roller coaster when that cold air does come back in. By the way, it's going to be a couple days, maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then it was going to warm right back up going beyond that. So the overall trend here over the next 6 to 10 days is for above normal temperatures to remain in our forecast. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on our YouTube channel. And again, we cannot build this without your help. If you build it, they will come. I think I heard that in a movie once, and you guys can help us out. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content, and remember, hit that notification bell. All right, you guys take it easy. You be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.